Hello, everyone. This is Jeffrey Kerr. On February 13th and 14th, the North Carolina Symphony will be presenting Bravo Broadway. Three guest vocalists are coming down to the Triangle area to perform showstoppers from beloved Broadway musicals such as Wicked, Rent, Hamilton, The Phantom of the Opera, and more. And I'm here today with each of them. The first came in fourth place on the sixth season of American Idol way back in 2007 and went on to do a stint in the original Broadway production of The Color Purple. Please welcome LaKisha Jones.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here.
And the second I previously had on the show way back in 2020, talking to her and Meg Toohey about their all-female recording of Jesus Christ Superstar titled She Is Risen. She's a Juilliard-trained singer, actress, songwriter, and recording artist in New York City. On Broadway, she has appeared in four back-to-back original companies such as The Addams Family, Wonderland, Godspell, and MOTOWN the Musical. She was also a guest at Kristin Chenoweth's For the Girls. Please welcome back Morgan James.
Hi, everybody.
And the third has appeared in the original Broadway casts of The Red Shoes, Sideshow, and Lestat, in addition to doing stints in Les Miserables, Showboat, and The Phantom of the Opera. Please welcome Hugh Panaro.
Good morning.
Mhm. So to start things off, how excited are each of you to be performing with the North Carolina Symphony?
I'm very excited because it's always a joy when you get to sing these songs or any music with the full orchestration. It's always it brings a different sound to the songs that you may know in another way. So it's always good, and I love singing with these two beautiful, talented humans. So listen.
Amen. That's hard. I mean, this is like,
Yeah,
when you get to make music with people you love, I mean, what's better than that?
I love singing with these people.
Mm.
Huey and LaKisha are two of my very favorite people to sing with and make music with. And it's like LaKisha said, it never gets old to stand in front of a full symphony orchestra, and it brings a lot of gratitude bubbles up.
What songs can audiences expect to hear from each of you?
I mean, a lot of different songs. It's Valentine's Day weekend, so of course we're going to pour on the love, the songs that mean so much to a lot of different people who go and enjoy Broadway music as well. But not to give too much away, but one song I'm singing in particular is Proud Mary.
Well, yeah, we can now say that's a Broadway song since it's in the Tina Turner musical.
Yeah, Mary Too Proud, honey.
I'm doing a couple duets with Huey. We're doing There Once Was a Man. We're doing Suddenly Seymour. We're doing The Phantom of the Opera. So I get a lot of stage time with Hugh Panaro, which is wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, these gigs are fun, Jeffrey, because, we've all done gigs on Broadway and you get to sing certain things. Like I've sung Phantom a lot, which is always fun, especially with Morgan. But I get to sing Proud Mary. I get to play Ike opposite my gorgeous LaKisha. And one of my dream roles was always play King George in Hamilton. That dream has not come true yet, but I get to do it in Raleigh. So, it's just, you get to live out your fantasies and play all these characters in front of a gorgeous orchestra too.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to have seen Patti LuPone perform with the North Carolina Symphony over a decade ago, where she sang songs from her career in addition to songs she could have played early on but never got the chance to. So, hey, this is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Going back to the beginning, how did each of you first get started in the theater?
I'm gonna go
Well, I
first
got
because mine is
started.
easy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Everybody knows this, so I'll give you the cliff notes. But I wanted to be a veterinarian more than anything because I'm an animal freak like Morgan, and that's the other reason I love working with Morgan because usually her dogs are with us all the time. But I wanted to be a veterinarian until my mom and dad took me to see my very first show, Broadway show, which was Annie,
Mm.
because Andrea McCardle, the original Annie, was from my neighborhood in Philadelphia, and we went to support the local girl, and it changed my life. I didn't want to be a veterinarian anymore, and I think that's the power of theater, and you never know whose heart you're going to touch and change the direction perhaps of a child's life, and that's what happened to me. So that's how I started.
I went to the Juilliard school right out of high school. I studied classically, and I wanted to be on Broadway. I wanted to go to Juilliard because Audra McDonald had gone there.
Mhm.
And after I graduated, I started auditioning and kind of, doing every single odd job possible and making connections and trying to make my way in musical theater. And I got involved with a few workshops early on, like Addams Family and Godspell and MOTOWN and Wonderland. All the shows that I ended up doing, I did the workshops for as well. But and then once I got my first one, the rest was history. So but I always, did musical theater and theater in high school and college and afterwards. So it was always a deep love of mine.
And for me, growing up in Flint, Michigan, and I went to the University of Michigan for a little while, and then I kind of stopped. But when I was a student at the University of Michigan, I was in a musical theater class, and I went to see Ragtime, which was my very first show that I ever saw. And I was like, oh my God, I love this character, Sarah, and I always want to be her. And then life happened. I became a mom and things like that. And then fast forward, I've always sung. I've been singing since I was 5 years old, started singing in church. And I went and auditioned for this little show called American Idol. And then I got a call from Idol about coming to audition for The Color Purple on tour when I was doing that, and then got the call and went in for the audition and got the role.
Well, yeah, The Color Purple has obviously employed a ton of American Idol alums from you, Jennifer Hudson, LaToya London, and Fantasia Barrino.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and have you gotten to see the current Ragtime revival yet?
I have not. It is on my
I
list because I know it
haven't.
was extended.
Either.
Well, yeah, well, you're talking to someone who got to see it back in November. It's phenomenal.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Throughout each of your respective careers, what are some of your favorite roles you've gotten to play?
I haven't done a whole lot of theater acting, only with The Color Purple and did some stuff in Rocktopia, but it had to be Sophia because, again, Oprah Winfrey, that character, and seeing that show and being in it. And I would absolutely love to do it again, actually. So it was really good. It was a great experience, a great learning experience, and something that I hold dear to my heart.
I loved, getting to play Sarah Brown, getting to play Sheila in Hair, getting to and it's funny about with my Broadway shows, in Motown was probably my favorite Broadway experience because of the cast. The cast was like a real embarrassment of riches kind of cast. And even though I had the very least to do, I probably sang 16 bars in the entire show. It was my favorite experience, and I ended up getting a record deal from that experience. So you never know who's, like, to Hugh's point, you never know who's in the audience or who's listening or who's watching what you're doing. And for Motown, for me, it's just getting to watch my colleagues be superstars was my favorite part.
Well, speaking of superstars and Morgan James and Jesus Christ Superstar, that actually was probably the favorite role I've ever gotten to play in my life. And that wasn't even on Broadway. That was at Casa Mañana in Fort Worth, Texas when I was 21. I was way too young, but it was like, I just love that music. I love Morgan's album. That's just to me, Andrew Lloyd Webber is one of his masterpieces, and I just love it. And um, I always said wanted to do it again when I was the right age to play Jesus, but it didn't matter. It was just such a glorious experience. And, I always tell kids, it's like, not everything you're going to love is necessarily Broadway. You can do great things in regional theater and all over tours. So don't close yourself off to like thinking it's only this or that, because some of the best roles I've ever played were not on Broadway. I did a Joe Orton play called Loot, and it was probably the most self-esteem building moment of my life. And to not have to sing and just to get to say beautiful words and work with beautiful actors. And again, it's you never, like we were saying, you never know some of the experiences you have kind of sneak up on you and surprise you.
Well, yeah, there's a ton
Yeah.
of great local theater going around in my neck of the woods, including a theater company run by Lauren Kennedy, who I know you got to work with on Sideshow. Yeah, she's been doing great work here.
She's amazing. Lauren, you better come see us.
If you're listening, yeah. So, Yeah, and Morgan, when you and I last spoke, I brought up how one of the performers you had on She Is Risen was Cynthia Erivo, who's playing Mary Magdalene, and since she's blown up even more with Wicked, and even recently got to do Jesus Christ Superstar as Jesus at the Hollywood Bowl last year. So I guess, what's it been like for you watching her career explode even further?
I just have really great taste. I'm I'm kidding. I'm kidding, but I do. No, I was that cast was unbelievable, and there were like something like 15 Tonys and Tony nominations amongst them. Like when I went to create that project, I just wanted to. I thought who at that moment in time who were the best people I wanted to reach for, and they all said yes. So I was very honored that I mean, Bridget Everett and Lettucey and Shayna Steele and Debbie Gravitt and Orfeh and Shoshana Bean and Brianna Marie. I mean, the list is kind of crazy, and they all said yes, and they all worked for favored nations. And Cynthia has always been one of my favorite voices. What a special human being and what a special artist. And so to see her rise to this, ascension that she so deserves, it's great when great people get what they deserve.
Absolutely. So, looking ahead into the future, what are some dream roles each of you would love to pursue? And you already alluded to one, but anything else?
Well, I always, when I talk to like the students, it's like sometimes your dream roles don't come true, and that's part of show business. A lot of the things when I was younger, I wanted to play Tony in West Side Story and Pippin, but I've aged out of those. But um, I did a really fun concert version of Music Man with Kelly O'Hara and the great Shirley Jones, and I would love to do a full on production still of Harold Hill and Music Man. So that would probably be that's at the top of my list because it's light and it's fun. It's not like singing scary songs in a tuxedo.
I would say mine would be Dot in Sunday in the Park with George.
Mm.
And I would also love to do Most Happy Fella, but nobody really does that show. But if they're listening.
I want to do that with you, Morgan. I'll play Tony and
Great, let's do it.
I
Let's
want
do
to
it.
do that. Yeah.
Well, hey, maybe get Roundabout Theater Company on the phone.
Lauren, are you listening?
Yeah.
I would love to go back to the color purple, but this time I would want to be silly. I would love to be Sarah in Ragtime, and I would love to be Elphaba in Wicked as well.
Yeah, and for those who'd like to pursue a career in the theater, where do each of you think would be a good place to start?
It's a different path for each person. Some people go the conservatory route and that really works for them. Some people move to New York right out of high school. Some people, put together their own programs with the lessons they take. I'm a big proponent of education. I still take lessons every week, and I'm still a big fan of constantly keeping your craft and your voice in shape and learning as much music as possible. It's all about listening and learning and staying curious. So some kids really do well in the college atmosphere and some don't, but I think it really depends on the person. As long as you just keep honing in your skills and your craft, I think that's the key.
I love you, Morgan, so much.
I know, right?
I could not agree more, and it's making me think of Jane Fonda because one of her famous quotes is, it's far better to be interested than interesting." When you just that desire to keep getting better and learning and actually listening.
Yeah.
What a skill that like it's kind of a lost art. And I
Gotta absorb.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. You preaching. I think also, I don't know if y'all agree with this, but nowadays you kind of have to do everything. These kids that I'm working with right now, they're triple threats, they're quadruple threats. They can sing, they can dance, they can act, they're gorgeous, they ride horses, anything that will help you. Just again, be interested. Don't ever think. I always think if you think, oh, I've arrived, I've gotten there, then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, and LaKisha, any advice you'd like to give?
No, I agree with both of them. Like they said, you have to soak it up. You got to be willing to learn. Be a jack of all trades. Be willing to learn more, do more, be present, and just go for what you want. Never give up, and just kind of for me, my path was idol and just believing in myself. And even right now, there are a lot of things that I strive to do, want to do. And I have children, so I'm a mother. And so a lot of times I'm kind of restricted on a lot of things I can do. But even after all of that, I still have hopes and dreams. And so for those people who aspire to be actors, singers, whatever it is that you want to do, what Hugh and Morgan said, actually, they hit it right on the nail, so I agree.
Another thing I want to add to that is the J word, joy. What LaKisha and Morgan and I get to do when we get together is, yeah, the music, it's great, all of it, but it's the joy. And you've got to find joy in your work. And I always tell young people, if you're not having joy, if you're not finding the joy, I'm not saying you'll be performing with strep throat, you'll be tired, you'll be in tech, that's hard, yes, but you've got to find the joy in the work, or why do it? I love these gigs because I know I'm going to get to sing with two of the most phenomenal singers on the planet, but also some of the most phenomenal human beings. And you got to find your pack, your wolf pack, your tribe.
With that, you guys, I have to get to the airport. And I love you both. And thank you so much for taking the time, Jeffrey. And I can't wait to see everybody Valentine's weekend. We're going to have an amazing weekend full of music and love. And I hope to see you all there at the show.
And
Okay.
these girls bring the gowns. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Oh, we bring the gowns, honey. The
They
gowns.
they are beyond gorgeous.
Girl.
Okay.
Safe travels, Morgan.
Yeah,
Thank
have a nice
you.
day,
Bye, guys.
Morgan.
Bye, honey.
Okay, so I guess for their meaning too, before we go, do either of you have any other upcoming projects that you'd like to share with us?
I would just say, go to my website. I am LaKishaJones.com. It has all of my upcoming performances and things that I do. We're doing this Bravo Broadway. We have Tina Turner that I do as well. I also do a tribute to Whitney Houston and the Queens of Rock and Soul. So I just love singing songs and paying homage to those who have inspired me along the way. And I just love being able to share my gift, something that God gave me, with the world. And so anytime I get to do it, and like Hugh said, with Hugh and Morgan, it's just an honor for me, and it's a blessing, and I love them so much. And so for all the people out there, the last thing that I would say with this is that if you don't have your tickets, what are you waiting for? Go get them. We're waiting on you.
It's so funny you said that. I literally, I'm not making this up, Keisha. Last night I was on the phone with my brother Norm Lewis talking about LaKisha, and I said that voice is a gift from God.
Oh,
Mic drop.
thank you.
So you got to definitely get tickets to see this show because it's going to be off the chart. And wait, today's Friday, or
It's a Friday.
Friday. Yeah, I've got 5 more shows of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Masquerade here in New York. I'm wearing my OG hat, and I've been doing this for 9 months, and I'm coming to an end because I've got concerts with these lovely people, and I'm looking forward to taking a little bit of a break from 8 shows a week, which we both know, LaKisha and
Yes.
I, it's exhausting, and these concerts are a perfect way to keep the music flowing and deliver our joy to different parts of the world and the country. And New York is great and lovely. Come see shows in New York, but it's nice when we get to bring Broadway to everybody else, like Lauren Kennedy is doing right
Yes.
around the block. Yeah, so yeah, come see us, please.
LaKisha, Hugh, I thank you both very much for devoting your time to this conversation. It was great getting to talk to both of you.
You as
too.
well. Thank you for having us.
For those who'd like to keep up with either of your careers, where can people find you on the internet?
LaKisha, you want to say them again? Tell them again.
Yes, my website is IamLaKishaJones.com, and my Instagram is LaKisha Jones Music.
And I'm trying to get better with my social media and posting things on my Instagram. So go to @real, REAL, real Hugh Panaro, as opposed to fake Hugh Panaro. So go to @real. It's like some little kid in their basement on the computer. No, real Hugh Panaro on Instagram.
All right. Thank you both for joining me today. This was great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a beautiful day. Stay warm.